What's happening, everybody, and welcome to episode 51 of the Good Kraken podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ernell Pearson, alongside the five-star man, Devin Stanford.
Saw.
What's up, dude? What's up? And of course, our lovely, esteemed guest today, HiDro. What's happening, dude?
Sod it.
Sod. We're just sod doing it. It's great. I love this. This is dude, we got the energy today. We're coming in. We're gonna make some great content. Let's be tight. HiDro, for the people at home, who are you? What are you about?
All right. My name is HiDro. I'm a content creator on Twitch and YouTube. I play a lot of DBD. Like,
tight,
basically all I play is DBD. Like, I can't get enough of it, dude. And that's about it. I just create an inclusive, safe space for everybody. I'm a queer Afro-Latino. Just try to make my way into this, like, my little corner of the internet, you know?
Mm-hmm. Aren't we all? You know what I mean? Aren't we all? Because there's some corners of the internet that we need filled, and then there's some that we need to go away.
Yeah,
there's
just go away.
there's some pretty nasty corners on the internet these days. It gets real bad. So we gotta have awesome, great corners over here. So I was mentioning this off stream, I guess you could say earlier on. Your shirt. Okay, yeah. I spotted your shirt on your Twitter the other day, and as an island boy, I have to be in love with anything that's nautical themed. And this otter love that's going on here, like, do you have this in 3X? How do I get my hands on it? Can I buy two and turn one into a bandana? How do I do this? Where do we find this?
Well, the company I work with, they're called Project Good Apparel. They go up to 4X, I believe.
Ooh!
So the company I work with, Good Apparel, they are an all-inclusive. They're run by a bunch of Latinx queer people. It's super cool.
Yes.
10% of all sales for my shirts go to a charity that I choose. And yeah, man, it's super, super cool. We're going to come out with some more stuff as well. I'm really happy with it. And it's like super fucking cute. Like, so good.
I love it. I love it so much, dude. Yeah, I'm thankful you go up to 4X. So there's some things that say 3X, but they fit me like a 2X because I got some muffin top going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's fine. Like, that's fine. I can rock my curves, my fat, juicy cake. You know what I'm saying? I need to stop because Devin's going to be mad if I start talking about my ass again. But we're not here to talk about my...
this happens a lot. Okay. This happens a lot.
I mean, I want to say no, but, like, that would be a blatant fucking lie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Xander, Garrick, and Raven would say otherwise. So.
Yeah, well,
so I think the next episode is talking about your juicy dumper, dude.
Probably today, because we're talking about my ass.
10 minutes. Give it 10 minutes.
Alongside a lot of other things, like the end of Norse murder, Lost Boys making a comeback, Latin Hispanic representation, and much more, because this is the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday typically at 12 p.m. But today we're doing it at 1. If you're watching live, you can submit questions and topics to tinyurl.com/GK submissions to be a part of the show. If you're having a good time so far, you can watch us record the show live and ad-free by following and subscribing right here at twitch.tv/GoodKrakenShow. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. We'd love for you to give that to us or to give this to the lovely HiDro right here to help keep us pushing content out for all of you listening or watching at home. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can catch our episodes on your podcast service of choice at 8 a.m. the next day. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the About section right down there, and clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. Devin! We've got some plan.
Joe was lit, dude.
Hey, what can I say? Just talk about my fat, juicy cake and just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it pushing. What did we tell you? 10 minutes? I beat you to 5. Let's go. So plan at work. We had an attempt to stream Deathloop on Friday, I think it was, right? Was it Thursday night? Yeah, Thursday night. It did not go well. Devin tried. He tried and he tried and he tried. And you can maybe watch that on our Twitch.
So Yeah. This is what I've discovered. So I have a 3060. Like I have a very good graphics card in my rig.
Weird flex, but okay, dude.
No, I'm
right?
just
That's what
saying.
I'm
No, I'm trying to like give emphasis for this. I tried to stream Deathloop.
Okay.
And I run that game, like I was streaming it to Ernell the other day just through Discord.
He was playing
beautiful.
it in his Tesla. He was trying to play in his Tesla.
Dude, no, it was running amazing, like super smooth.
Yeah.
But when I try to stream and play this game, I go from like 60, 70 frames all the way down to 14.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, and I found out there is a anti-piracy software that Bethesda baked into the PC version.
Well, actually, we're going to be talking a little bit about that today.
Yeah.
It's not quite that, but we did try this prior to this secondary attempt where Devin was trying to get it downloaded and everything. It ended up turning into a Destiny 2 stream. We're sorry. If you want to actually, if you want to think and pretend that you're playing Deathloop, but it's actually Destiny 2, you can go catch that on our Twitch.
They're the same game. Don't worry about it.
we talk about this all the time. We never said this show was good. Also, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Good Kraken Show. We'd appreciate you. We love you. We're kind of making some moves upcoming here pretty soon. Please follow us. Be a part of that. Be a part of that. Also, use hashtag Twitch Do Better and hashtag Sub Off Twitch to keep the movement supported. Not Twitch, Twitter. We're about that life. We're about that life. Please keep supporting that. We got to get Twitch to make some damn moves around here. You know what I'm saying? Devin, how do you want to do this Nolan today? Do you want to
Fucking give me the horn, my brother.
give you the horn? I'll give you the horn, baby. Let's go. I love it. This is good. We're having fun out here today. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get started with some little waves, my friend.
Yeah. So there was a deleted picture of Tom Hardy in a hat that has fans convinced that Venom is joining the MCU. So apparently he was wearing a No Way Home hat on set.
I wish there was a deleted picture of Tom Hardy doing other things. Anyways,
yeah, sure. I'm sure there's some stuff out there. Let's be real. But anyways, so there's a lot of rumors going on right now that we may be seeing Sony Pictures Venom joining the MCU. Kevin Feige has actually talked a lot about how he wants Venom to be in the MCU.
I mean, don't we?
And Andy Serkis even came out and said that Venom will be joining the MCU. So
we will see.
You just got to put all three things together.
HiDro, are you an MCU fan yourself? Like, how big are you in that world? You know what I mean?
I know what I know from movies I watch here and there. I love it, dude, but I'm not like super diehard fan. But seeing freaking Venom in the MCU would be fucking sick.
Yeah. It'd be tight. It'd be super tight.
I will say this: if the movies aren't your forte, you should definitely watch the Disney Plus shows. Like 100%.
I have been though.
Yeah, they bang.
Okay, Disney Plus though has like blown me away because I was not expecting that kind of TV show at all coming from them, but it's fucking so good.
Oh, dude,
so
seriously.
WandaVision made me cry.
Oh, the tears, just open mouth.
I'm so glad
sobbing.
I got past the first episode because at first I'm watching it's like what.
Oh, same thing. Same thing. Yeah, same for us.
Is this Bewitched?
I'm like, this is Disney Plus for sure. And someone's like, just do the second episode. I'm telling you, I'm like, all right. And I did it. I'm like, all right, I have to do the whole thing today. I need to know what's happening.
Speaking of which, though, Devin.
Yeah. So Dune's director, Denis Villeneuve, says that too many Marvel films are cut and paste.
Oh.
Just spilling tea. He's just out here trying to spill tea. I know.
I
mean, is he wrong though?
I can see it. I can see it. Like, I can see the cut and paste. Like, if we go from like Captain America to Captain America: Winter Soldier to Civil War. Even though Winter Soldier is still one of the best movies, it still kind of has like that same action, dramatic part, funny part, build up. Action.
I mean, my thing is that like you kind of say it there, right? Is like my thing is if we can have this argument about about Marvel being cut and paste, can we not have the same argument about most movies?
Most
in Hollywood
movies,
these days? Like,
I would agree.
Yeah.
It's all the
it's
same.
like-
It's all the same storyline in a sense.
yeah,
Here's
he's
my
kind of
counter.
just jerking it in a mirror, trying to be like, watch Dune, and I'm just like,
I know.
God, man,
Don't
like,
watch it on HBO Max.
That's some bullshit, though.
Yeah.
I am not gonna go to a movie to enjoy it at like a movie theater now. And if I have to go there to have the full experience for it, then you're full of shit.
Well, it's like if they give us the option, I'm gonna watch it at home. Like it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm
period.
gonna watch it at home.
Yeah.
I will say this. It may be a formula and cut and paste, but it fucking works.
It works.
It do
It
work.
works.
fucking
It works.
works,
Do be
obviously.
working. That's
So-
some bussin'. I'm telling you, bussin'. Trip bussin'. Anyways,
Yeah. Speaking of bussin',
my cake, my
7's Katsunori Yamihachi explains the always online connection that has riled fans.
yo, this is such bullshit. I hate
Fill
this one. I
fill
hate
us in
this one.
about this, Ernell.
Yeah,
Fill us in.
so Kazunori Yamauchi is the director for Gran Turismo 7, and he is talking about how the way that the game saves is actively saving onto a sort of cloud service when you're playing on anything that is not just the regular campaign mode. And because of such, if you do not have internet service, the game will not function because it is constantly saving through a constant internet service. And so he was talking about how if you do not have internet, you're probably not going to have a good time with this game. And as much as I like want to be like, yo, technology's tight and we're going places with it and this is sick, this is one of those things where I'm just like, do you guys kind of just like decide to lean on this maybe just a little bit too much?
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit too much, you know what I mean? Like,
You know what's hilarious?
what?
Is the fact that PlayStation is doing this with one of their games when they literally came at Xbox when the Xbox One was launching for this very reason, how things were meant to be all online, and now
yeah.
Sony is doing it.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out there. It's
For
kind of
sure,
funny.
for sure. I also want to point out really quick too. We're getting a lot of followers, obviously, from HiDro, bringing some people in. Hi guys, we love
Yeah,
you guys.
welcome.
To the
Welcome.
family. Welcome to Good Kraken. We are a podcast. We don't do like intros or anything like that, but we love you guys already. Thank you for popping in and hanging out. We hope we put on a good show for you. I don't talk about my
I
fucking
told them they
rump,
better
dude.
show up. I told them y'all better show up.
Oh, y'all are amazing. Y'all
I'll
are
remember the
amazing.
names. I'll remember who's here right now. Don't worry.
This is great. This is great. Devin, go ahead. Go and move on, my friend. Go on.
Speaking of remembering who's here, Nicolas Cage says he will never retire from acting. Never.
God, dude. Thank
Never.
God.
I know, right?
We need him in our lives constantly, dude. Make him immortal. He needs to act in everything because holy shit.
Did you watch Willy's Wonderland?
Oh, Jesus
I have
Christ.
not.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
have not.
Dude, watch it.
I
wanna-
want to.
I-
Okay, I'm writing this down right now.
I want to say don't do it, but do it. Do it.
Just say a single word.
Does it say, oh my god.
Oh,
Does he have to say anything though? It's Nicolas
He's just like
Cage.
he's like a
Wait, no, I
stoic.
have seen this. Oh my!
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that was Nicolas Cage. Yeah, no, that's funny, dude. That's a good movie.
you mean
It's pretty good.
Five Nights at Nick's? Five Nights at Nick's. That's what we're looking at there. Okay, here's the deal though. I've heard that oh yeah, even Mike Unofficial in the chat says Willy's Wonderland is B-rated iconistry. I love it. I love that take. That's a good take. That's a
It
good
was
take.
so worth the watch.
I'm
honestly.
hearing that his new movie Pig is actually gold. I heard that
Yeah,
movie is actually
it was
really
filmed
good.
in Portland too. It was
Yeah,
filmed in
yeah,
Portland.
yeah. Like
It's actually really good. I watched it and it's really, really good.
Shit, I need to watch it. Okay.
Like people make fun of Nicolas Cage for his acting, but like this man does such good work when he wants to, I guess.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
let's be
You
real.
watched
like,
Mandy, Mandy or A Color from Space?
Yeah, I didn't really like Mandy myself, but I mean, like
Oh,
National Treasure. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like he gave it Wicker Man, not the bees, not the bees. Like he gave us those gifts, dude. He gave us those gifts. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, please don't die, Nicolas Cage. Never die. Never leave us. You humble us.
We need you.
Yeah, yeah. So, former Bungie composer charged with contempt of court over use of Destiny music.
Okay, so let me fill you in on this really fast, right? Okay, this is a tragedy, but it's also like I'm kind of proud of him. So he left Bungie a minute ago, right? He left Bungie a minute ago, and this dude, the balls on this fellow. He said, "Let me take the music I composed that Bungie didn't let me keep copyrights for, and let me throw this shit on SoundCloud." This absolute fucking king was just out here selling his fucking beats like a pro. He was part of Halo. He was a part of Destiny 1.
Oh, shit.
Like he did a little bit of Destiny 2 for a little bit. Like this guy really just said, "I want my fucking money." And so he did it. And now they want their money back, apparently. He didn't think about the part of this that said that's illegal. Unfortunately. And I hope he doesn't lose to it. I mean, like they were saying that was around the tune of like $10,000. So it's not massive, but it's definitely more than a musician. As me and Devin know, musicians can really afford these days. You know what I mean? I can do a lot with $10,000. I can buy a pet dragon probably. If in like
No, you can't.
That's more than $10,000. Shit.
Oh, dude, if we're talking about a live like pet dragon, it's probably going to be in the millions, my guy.
I'm saying, even like Swine Lion in the chat says, he said, "Let me make this coin real quick." I mean, let's be real.
He's like, yo, this coin be busting.
I know. He was like, OnlyFans, more like Only Tunes. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like he was on it, dude.
He needs until he got caught. You know what I mean?
That's how everything is. It's fun till you get caught.
HiDro, where do you sit on this? Like, is Homeboy in the right here? Like, should she have maybe gone to like tread the waters a little bit better? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, definitely tread the waters a little bit better. You may have maybe helped compose or write the music, but if you don't own the rights, my dude, you don't own the rights.
Yeah. You know what he should have done?
Do it. Just be careful.
He should have just like put a mid-tone radio filter on it and just called it Destiny Lo-Fi.
Yeah, just make a lo-fi.
There you go. Yeah. Destiny Lo-Fi.
That probably
be pretty bad. That'd be busting for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm dying over this though, because it's like, because we've all uploaded stuff to the internet, right? There's a moment as you upload like stuff to a browser, right? And you just have that breath of air where you're like, oh, okay, and now we wait, right? Like he hit that breath and said, "Yup."
Yeah.
Mike said it right. I feel like it was a power move, just saying like, "Come for me. I don't care. I still sold your copyrighted music." LOL.
It's lit. Yeah, that's facts, dude. That's facts.
Power.
I know. Devin, move on. Go ahead. Go for it. Move to the next one.
Deathloop PC stuttering issue apparently not caused by anti-piracy. This is actually the first I heard from me because everybody told me it was anti-piracy.
So they did think it was that at first, but then the guys at Digital Foundry were doing some testing since the day that they initially found that. They obviously was well known that PC was having some issues with Deathloop itself. Apparently, they're seeing that it's a little bit more leaned into some built-in frame rate issues that the game's having, as well as some mouse settings that are causing the frame rate to screw up in game. Obviously, Arcane is going to work their asses off to try to get this patch taken care of as soon as possible. Please, again, guys, we say this all the time here for you new people. Hi, welcome. Please do not blame the fucking developers for this.
Yes,
they're trying to give you. They're not sitting there at home like, hey, fuck you guys. Like they're trying to give you a good product. Be patient with them. Okay, be patient with developers.
I will say this: I've been playing the game not streaming, and it runs fantastic.
And it works.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's fun. It's funny as well.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah, the dialogue. But I'll touch more on that later. Battlefield 2042 has been delayed until November 19th.
Sure.
I'm totally okay with this. Sure. I need more time. There's a lot of fucking games coming out in October.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So.
I mean, games getting delayed. Cool. Like work on it, make it perfect, make it beautiful, give it to us after it's beautiful and good. So we don't get Cyberpunk 2043 and 2044 and 2045 and then.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm with Indigo. If you're gonna blame anyone, blame the higher ups. Blame the people who force push the shit out. Don't blame devs.
Well, blaming the devs doesn't make sense to me because And it's a rampant thing in any gaming community. It's just like, why do you think that the devs are like out to get you, dude?
Right?
They're putting like time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears into a game to make it good. They're not there being like, I'm gonna fuck them over with
I
this
know.
right now.
Yeah, they're not in here doing like
you're-
blood sacrifices in their office. Like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, they're just bleeding onto their keyboards. They're like, all right, I'm gonna code now.
It's like
Screw
our
all
rage
these
doesn't
kids.
supply them energy, dude. They don't want that.
We have your money.
I
You
know.
don't need anything else.
If you support them, if you give them words of encouragement, you tell them what you like about it so far, and if you give good, like honest, productive criticism, they will appreciate the hell out of that, and they will respond to you too. They will have that conversation. What do you like? What do you don't like? You know,
Indigo said, "To be fair, we don't know their lives. That's fair.
This is
that
also
fair.
true.
That is
they
true.
could be a satanic cult.
They could be doing
like,
that.
Whatever.
They could be the office being like, "Hey, do you see my cake?" And they're like, "Bro," and I'm like, "Bro, me too, bro. Retweet." Anyways,
totally. I thought you were actually talking about a cake for a second. Then I realized where you were going.
Jesus Christ! No, I'm
God
never actually talking about cake. I'm more of a pie guy, anyways. You know what I mean? I'm more of a pie person. You know,
I'm a cheesecake guy.
Oh, okay.
Same.
No, yeah. All right. If
Right
we're gonna
there
go
with you.
there, if we're gonna
Right
go
there
there,
with you.
yeah.
But-
I mean, is a cheesecake a pie or a cake? Is that?
We don't have to get into that.
It's both. It's both.
I had
It's
2
both.
hour conversation about that one. You don't have to dive into that.
That's a
right
whole
now.
other podcast episode. Next time you're here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And one final thing. Can we all just agree that ice cream cake is amazing too?
Oh, Pinnacle.
yeah.
Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Oreo cookies and cream ice cream cake.
Goat it. 100%. Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Speaking of cookies and cream,
You got sexy about it. God damn. All right, say it.
Anthony Mackie joins Twisted Metal series in the lead role. Let's go with that.
Let's
cookies
go.
and cream ice cream.
Let's go. I know. I love it, dude. I love it. Yeah. So I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Anthony Mackie playing a lead role in a new video game content cinematic piece. And I don't. Okay, here's my thing, bro. Right? It's Twisted Metal. This IP was, let's be real, never meant to hit any form of cinematic like property, but they could kill it. They could. Kill it.
Isn't that just Death Race?
Yeah. I would say yes.
Yeah.
But like, I think this would be like a little bit cooler. You know what I mean? We're gonna get a cloud fire in his head. Like, I'm
And
down
it's gonna
for
be a
it.
series too. It's gonna be a series. Anthony Mackie's been killing it though. He's been like A-list starring in so many movies lately.
And he's killing it every single step of the way. I bet he likes cheesecake.
He's Captain America now, you know what I mean? And I bet you he hates the McRib.
Fuck off. Okay, HiDro. If we're gonna go there, HiDro, listen. Okay,
What's up?
we have one very important question to ask you. Okay, do
here we
you
go.
or do you not like the McRib?
I don't like the McRib.
Fuck.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that McDonald's should be doing stuff like that, man.
Damn it.
The
Damn
McRib
it.
and the McLobster, both are major flops, dude.
Wait, they did a McLobster on
They
the
did.
They did do
dude.
it. That was a flop. That was not.
That was questionable.
I know. I was like, am I
Is
really?
it just like microwave like imitation lobster with like really crappy butter
I mean,
on it?
it's like, okay, listen, right? Like the fillet of fish is already
Mike?
like, ooh, you're kind of cussing some dangerous.
Mike, I'm gonna
waters
time you out, Mike.
no, screw off, dude. Mike is lit. Let me
Time you out.
McRib is hella good. Mike, you're right, dude. Yeah, no, I know. But that's okay. We've been having this feud for the past like good month and a half now, whether or not the McRib is good, and it's polarized. It's polarized.
Yeah, well, like, everyone has opinions. Some people are just wrong with theirs. It's all it is.
I know.
Yeah, you're right there with me, HiDro. It's
I know. I don't need the McRib anyways, and I got all this bun. Anyway, so we had double bunned up on a Saturday afternoon. Let's go. So we had a little bit of a slower news week this week. So we only have two news peepees. News peepees is what I was going for, I guess. Yeah.
Ums and peepees, we got it.
Yeah, news and
Pepsis, two
peepees.
Pepsis.
News and peepees. Yeah, buns, peepees. Yeah, cookies and cream. We have two news pieces today instead of the usual 3 to 4. And we're starting off with God of War Ragnarok ending the Norse saga after 2 games is like the Lord of the Rings box set, Barlog says. This comes from Eddie Makuch or Makich, whichever one. We still haven't figured that out yet. I like Makuch though. That's got a ring to it. You know
I want to say McCooch because we have that street called Cooch Street in Portland.
but I feel like there'd be a C in there if it was McCooch. You know what I mean? Like
Mackich.
Before the K. So Mackich maybe McCutch.
Yeah,
McCutch.
McCutch.
From games.
McCutch.
From GameSpot. And it reads like this. God of War Ragnarok is the second and final entry in Sony Santa Monica's Norse saga. And now series veteran Cory Barlog has shed some light on why the studio is planning to wrap things up with Ragnarok. Speaking to Captain Kuba, Barlog said there are quote-unquote several reasons for this. The first of which that games of this size and scale simply take a very long time to make. Barlog doesn't want the saga to drag out too long. Also in the interview, Barlog compared the God of War Norse saga to the extended edition box set of Lord of the Rings. Quote, I think one of the most important reasons is that the first game took 5 years. The second game, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm just going to throw out that it's going to take close to a similar time to do this. And then you think, wow, a third one. We're talking about a span of close to 15 years of a single story, and I feel like that's just too stretched out. I feel like we're asking too much to say the actual completion of that story. Taking that long just feels too long, end quote, Barlog said. And given where the team is at and where director Eric Williams is at with what he wanted to do, I was like, I think we can actually do this in the second story, end quote. From the beginning, Barlog wanted to tell a story about Kratos and Atreus. They are the quote-unquote core of the story's engine. As he put it, the complexities that stem from that relationship have plenty of room to grow. But Barlog didn't want to stretch things too far. Quote, the complexity radiates out like ripples in a pond. We could make it, in ocean and have those ripples just go for thousands of miles. But is that necessary and is that beneficial? Or are we feeling like, you know what, it's just spreading it too far? Barlog said, the ripples get too far apart and you sort of lose the plot a little bit, end quote. Being able to condense the God of War Norse saga story into 2 games is similar to how you could sit down and watch all the Lord of the Rings films and feel like you were told a complete story that had a strict beginning and end. Quote, being able to condense it and feel like that experience I had when I got the extended edition box set of the Lord of the Rings, and I was able to say, I can sit down and have 13 and a half hours of this experience playing them one after another back to back. And I just thought that was fantastic. Amazing, he said. So to be able to say you could start God of War 2018 and then play God of War Ragnarok and feel like you're getting the entirety of the story, and I kind of want that to happen before my kid is in college, end quote. Barlog also said a 2-game arc for the God of War Norse saga felt right for what Eric Williams, the new director, had in mind for the game. While Ragnarok is the final entry of the Norse saga, Barlog said he plans to make a quote-unquote big splash with a big different project as his next game, though he didn't share any details. Ragnarok launches in 2022 for PS4 and PS5. HiDro, did you play God of War 2018? Was that a game you were into?
I did not play it, but I watched a lot of it on Twitch.
Okay.
Like I would these kind of games I don't like love playing. I just like to like have like a little gummy and just like sit back and like watch someone do it.
Oh, for sure.
So the story is incredible, dude. It was awesome. And like I totally agree with him not wanting to make a 3-part 15-year storyline driven game, because that is like ridiculous to think about, to put it out, like say it out loud, you know what I mean?
I think
I'm excited to see how this one goes for sure.
Oh yeah, I think they kind of just like learned from the prior series that they did of the God of War games, and how just it, like, obviously it built them the massive audience that they have now that, you know, brought the new God of War to the success that it gained. But yeah, big agree. Just keep it to 2. We don't need a third fucking Norse story. Just move on. We're good. Yeah. We're good. Devin, where do you sit on this, my dude?
Dude, yeah, no, I'm fine with that. If that's what it's meant to be and that's what their vision is, then absolutely. It's not like that they can always, quote unquote, reboot God of War again in a different like mythological setting, because they've already established that these all kind of exist in its own universe. You know what I mean? And so he went from, you know, Greek to Roman to now Norse. Could he go to feudal Japan next? Yeah. How insane would that be? You know what I mean? Or they could just work on a whole another IP. You know what I mean? Which I'm totally okay with that. They've done a fantastic job, and there's, Hear me out though, right? What if instead of like different like mythological like hierarchies and stuff, they just start putting them in other IPs, where they're just like, we're just gonna own this, right? So it's now God of War Battlefield, you know what I mean? Like, just start putting it like God of War, Viva Pinata. Let's go.
That'd be so badass.
The tides of Kratos.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Destiny 2 Kratos edition. You know, like it's just they're gonna stop making God of Wars. He's just gonna be in
Destiny 2,
everything.
the search for HP.
Sackboy, God of War. You know, God of Sackboy. That's what we're looking at. Yeah. I'm definitely in agreement. I feel like this is a good move on their part. They're I think they're just kind of at a point where they can see that God of War has obviously caught a lot of traction in this current like console generation and even the most recent one, and how that's going to lead into what they can do as Sony Santa Monica moving forward with some of the IPs that they want to do and stories that they want to tell. And it's just going to have better results if they restrict themselves instead of going all gung-ho and giving us 18 of the same fucking game. Good moves. Devin, do you want to take our next story, my friend?
Absolutely. This one's pretty cool.
I'm so stoked on this.
It's nostalgic for me, personally.
I'm so stoked on this.
The Lost Boys modern day remake is in the works at Warner Brothers, and this is with Noah Jupe and Jaden Martell is starring. This comes straight from Aaron Brady over at Collider. Get your leather jacket, hairspray, and a wooden stake. Joel Schumacher's horror classic The Lost Boys is getting a modern day remake at Warner Brothers. The Hollywood Reporter broke the news and revealed the major players already attached to the project. Noah Jupe and Jaden Martell will be the young talent at the center of the movie. However, it is currently unknown if they're playing reimaginings of the 1987 film's characters or brand new ones. The caliber of young talent attached is already impressive, as both actors drew critical praise from Honey Boy and Defending Jacob, respectively. The project's director and screenwriter has also been announced, with a I am not okay with this director Jonathan Entwistle and Grand Army scribe Randy McKinnon bringing the remake to screen. Brian Kavanaugh Jones and Fred Berger will help produce the remake through their company at Automatic. This new iteration is not the first remake that has been proposed over the years. A television series pilot was on and off in development for years, eventually landing at the CW in 2016. However, both versions of the pilot were eventually passed on to the network. It is unknown whether the new remake will seal the fate of the long brain fart television adaptation. Further details of the Lost Boys remake, including shooting on release dates, are currently unknown. However, it is not only the remake that Warner Brothers has announced recently, as The Bodyguard is also slated to be reintroduced to a new audience. Hype?
Let's go.
I'm throwing money at my screen. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lost Boys, dude, coming back. Oh my god,
man,
that makes me.
Yeah, I want to go put on my leather jacket right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one on Amazon just so I can fit in, dude. Like, I'm so excited.
Absolutely, yeah. And these two getting cast for this is rad. So Noah Jupe, I believe, was from A Quiet Place, and Jaden Martell from
It, I believe, right?
Yes, It. Yeah. He's one of the It kids. That's right. Phenomenal actors. Like so, like
he plays Billy.
Yeah, and so it moves into like, okay, are they doing like a young Lost Boys sort of story? Which is, I'm way fucking down. I am so down for that if they do that. And imagine a Kiefer Sutherland like cameo in this. Give me it.
So sick.
Give me it. I need it all over me.
Well, if you remember, so Noah Jupe is also from Stranger Things as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
If you remember, there were kids that were like in the middle of the Lost Boys story. Remember, there were kids part of it. So obviously they're going to be the protagonists of this, you know, with their sister and whoever, and you know, Heartthrob. Who's going to be Heartthrob number one that saves them?
Me. It's me.
You and your big beefy cake.
Yeah, my double bun agenda. You know, let's go.
Yeah. I'm excited to see this. Honestly, with things like this, especially reboots, remakes, however you have it. Take your time. That's the only. If anybody from Warner Brothers happens to see this or hear this, just take your time, do it right. That's all I ask. That's it. Lost Boys is very coveted with me and my mom. We watch that movie a lot, and it's nostalgic. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. That's all I gotta say.
I know. HiDro, where's your hype on this? I know you're throwing money. Where are you? Let's see it.
Dude, me and my dad used to watch this movie like every day together.
Let's go.
So like, I'm gonna look at this with a critical eye. Like, don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up, because I will be upset. And I have like TikTok fame now, dude. So I'll blast that shit. Like, do not fuck it up.
So here's my deal, right? So I want to retcon my answer about the heartthrob thing. I feel like HiDro is going to be a better heartthrob in this story. You know what I mean? I feel like, because imagine HiDro caught in the middle of everything going on. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would make beautiful content. First off,
listen, if they're listening and you want to hire me, my email is
oh, hey, there we go. Get that bag, HiDro. You know what I mean? Get that bag, like the Lost Boys bag.
I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm excited, especially with like how things have been looking, like series wise, movie wise, everything just looks so extravagant now. My worry is like I really hope this is not going to hit the way some of these new shows and stuff have been hitting, looking very frumpy. I think they can make it happen. But I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic, one could say. But we will definitely see. We're also going to see some other new stuff that we have to talk about here. This is our hands-on segment. This is where we talk a little bit about some movies and or games and or shows, and a game or a movie and a game and a show and a movie and what have you. And we try to pitch them to each other and pitch them to you guys sitting and watching and listening at home. HiDro is our esteemed guest today, my friend. What have you been watching and or playing?
In terms of games, okay, here we go. Yeah, ever heard of a game called Paragon? This game was like a couple years ago, was so badass. You could play as a fucking pop star diva or as a robot ninja, and it's like a MOBA, right? But there's a company named Predecessor who like got the rights, I guess, to the game, or
did they bring it back already?
They're bringing it back, dude. They're bringing it back. They just got like a huge funding from, I forget the company is, but I think it was like a $2 million funding for it, dude. I'm so excited.
I got you.
I'm so excited. And I
cannot wait. Tencent.
I mean, maybe it could be.
I'm trying to see if I can find what the funding was. They announced it somewhere, but man, the game is amazing. It's a MOBA. It's kind of, if you've played Smite, so it's like a third person view. And it's beautiful, it's sick, and I'm so excited to play it because Predecessor is like one of my favorite games ever, and I just can't wait to play this game. I've been following them for 2 years, man. For 2 years,
I
want to play it so bad.
That's committed. I like that. Okay. Now what else? What else you got for us? What have you been watching?
Oh shoot, dude! I watched Hellraiser recently.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah! I know y'all said it, y'all keep it current, but like I'm a sucker for like old movies.
Oh, absolutely!
Especially like old horror movies, because like you grew up on them, and so like I had to rewatch Hellraiser, and like I don't know how to sell it to you, but like that movie's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. If you like fucked up shit and gore, watch Hellraiser.
I forgot though. As a younger person, I guess your mind doesn't see how like more fucked up things are. Then you watch it and all like, oh shit, that's kind of weird.
So it was. It was Omega. Omega raised $2.2 million to relaunch Epic's Dead Paragon game. $2.2 million. Imagine.
It's got a sick fan base, dude, and I'm so excited to like play the game.
You just kind of reminded me that like Splitgate just got $100 million
They did, dude. Oh my god! Did you play Splitgate at all, HiDro?
I love it. It's just a quick free for all, shoot people down. It's good. I like it so much.
You gotta play with me sometime.
Yeah, no, I'm down. It's like my stress game, dude. I just want to go in there and like get some headshots and like call it a day.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna flex for Devin so he doesn't get the flex counter here. This dude spent the first month of Splitgate's beta being like re-released and stuff, being top 1% for kills in the game, and I was shocked. I didn't realize he had it in him. I was son. He was on the fucking map, and I was like, oh my god, he's really doing this. And every day he was sending me updates. He's like, I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. And I'm like, that's so fucking lit, dude.
With that information, like I will play with you because
I was gonna say you want to be honest.
Like, I played with the top 1% kill counter in the game.
I don't know where I am anymore because I haven't played that game in like a month.
Yeah,
honestly, because like last time I played, there was a lot of cheaters because I was up in that like higher echelon, you know. So, and I felt really bad for Ernell always queuing with me, having to play with people like that.
I was doing okay. I was doing all right for a minute.
He was
doing okay.
Yeah,
I was out here flexing on
your
my own.
PlayStation. You were doing good.
I'll play with you for sure though. But combining Portal with guns.
Yeah, it's fun.
Portal and Halo. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, why not? Why not? You know. So were you watching a Hellraiser because the Hellraiser update in Dead by?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because I watched them all when I was younger. Then the Hellraiser came out, or Pinhead came out on DVD or Dead by Daylight. And I was like, I gotta rewatch it. I gotta get my partner to watch it. I gotta convince my chat to watch it. I have to do it. And then I watched it. I'm like, oh, maybe I just won't watch the other ones.
Maybe this is enough. Maybe this is good.
Yeah.
There are rumors though of a reboot. So
yes, I've been seeing it, and I'm hearing also big rumors that it's going to be the same writer.
Yep, same writer, and I think the same Pedhead actor as well. So
imagine that hype. Imagine that hype. Devin, what have you been playing and watching, my dude?
Well, I will start with the big one. As we touched on it earlier, I have been playing Deathloop. I am not much of like a roguelike, like start over type of person all the time, but it is so good. I see why everybody's given this, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10s. It is so much fun. The gunplay is really good. It's really fun experimenting with all the weapons and stuff like that. I want to talk about the dialogue. Dialogue.
Let's talk about that dialogue. Let's go. Talk about it.
The dialogue between the protagonist and the antagonist is fantastic. It is
so good.
funny.
It's so good.
It's funny. It's witty. It makes you think a lot. The intro kind of. Do you remember that game? Came out on PS2 and Xbox. It was called 13 back in the day.
Yeah.
Where it's almost kind of a memento, like I don't know who I am. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why people are trying to kill me type of deal. It has that kind of vibe to it. But you're stuck in a constant loop. So every time you die, you start back up on this beach. And you're trying to remember who you were before this happened to you, while the antagonist knows everything about you and knows everything you're going to try and do too, like every time, just based off of like which way you go on the map, essentially.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, so she's like fucking with you the whole time. She's like, go pull the lever. Actually, don't pull the lever. Okay, just go pull the fucking lever. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's pretty funny. And like you kind of see the protagonist, like his like conscious thoughts that he has, or like subconscious thoughts, they kind of pop up in the world as lettering to somewhat give you hints, or like to tell you to be careful in certain areas and stuff like that. Which is really cool. There's like a hacking mechanic where you can like distract enemies in the world by like hacking telephones and like payphones and stuff like that, or radios and stuff around the map. There's a lot of stealth mechanics, or if you feel confident enough, you can just go guns blazing, which is what I've been doing lately. I was playing stealth. There's the moments you play stealth, you're like, oh, there's like 2 or 3 guys. I'll stealth this part. I'll walk up behind somebody who's taking a piss off a cliff, and I'll boot them off. Like Spartan kick 'em style.
Why not?
And you just watch their body like ragdoll effect, which is one of my favorite thing in video games. It's like ragdoll effect physics. You can do that. You can use melee. You can shoot them, but like the straight up like first person shooter aspect, when you're just guns blazing, you can. What I did, I snuck up on this group. There's like 20 plus enemies in this courtyard, and like his subconscious is popping up all over the screen. It's like, this place is really dangerous. This place is really dangerous. Get out of here. Get out of here. And I just said. I just said fuck it and threw a grenade and just went for it. And it worked out. So like that was my experiment to see like how many people can you take on at once, you know what I mean? And by this point I have like an assault rifle, a shotgun, and like a hand cannon, and
you
got a few grenades.
It's
not only that, besides like the stuttering issues that have been happening in the game is gorgeous. It is truly a display of like what next gen is right now at this time. The lighting is great, the shadow detail is great, the world detail is great. There's a lot of random items. It kind of almost gives you like a BioShocky cross Dishonored feel, but with first, guns instead of like swords. And there's powers in the game too.
Oh, that's
Like
sick.
there's like telekinetic powers and stuff. So I really enjoy what I've played of it so far. I've put in like about 3 hours because I had to figure out a lot of technical things to even play this game.
For sure. Now, before you move on, though, I do want to mention to you,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten my hands on it myself, but even just like the couple of hours that you showed me through Discord or whatever, two things that I want to point out. One, rad as fuck for us to have two black characters that are not being focused on the fact that they're black. They're just characters that so happen to be black, and that's always tight. We always love that shit. Representation, just doing it. Secondly, there is some talk that this game's not very accessibility friendly. There's a lot of things on it that could be worked on a little bit better. At this moment, it's a little bit lacking in the accessibility department. So do be warned, guys at home, to kind of dive into it, see what you can do with it, see if it's for you. I'm hearing that Arcane and platforms that are selling this game have been okay with giving people refunds if they have not been able to play it for X reason. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. But anyways, continue on.
It outside of those things, which I'm sure Arcane will be, updating and developing for as we go on, because this game did get a 10 out of 10 from a lot of outlets. So they're going to be paying attention to this game. We're probably going to see more content in the future. Fantastic. Watch a trailer. If you're unsure, watch a little bit of gameplay, jump into it. It's very demanding for PC though. Make sure you have a decent rig. I think the minimum requirements is a 1060. So they recommend being in that 20 series realm to play the game at a decent pace, to get 60 frames at least, 1080p, until it's further optimized right now.
For sure.
So keep that in mind. Of course, the other way you can play it is on PS5, but fuck, good luck getting a PS5 right now.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
What else you got, Devin?
The other thing I want to talk about is I've been playing a ton of shooters, Destiny, Splitgate, Halo, Deathloop, and I kind of had a night the other night. I was like, everything I've been playing is so violent. I need like a palate cleanser. I need to chill out.
That was yourself. I just been murdering people.
If you're playing Stardew, I'm out, dude.
No, it's not Stardew. I promise you that. I joined an Xbox Live party with my cousin.
Oh,
turns out he's playing Minecraft, and I was like, you know what? Okay.
You went to Minecraft.
Yep.
You went from murdering people in games to axing things in block games.
Hey, we built a
I like
fortress in the side of a mountain. We fought zombies and skeletons and spiders. I have a pet dog, and we have 2 golems patrolling our castle. It was cathartic. And my one highlight I want to put about this game, the music. The music is so relaxing, and like late night when you're just like chilling, listening to some lo-fi, like I actually turned off my lo-fi music because the music in that game is just so cathartic and calming. You know what I mean? And it was just a good experience. And I haven't played Minecraft in like 9 years. So yeah. If you need a palate cleanser, if you don't know what to do, jump into Minecraft with a friend. It's on Game Pass. It's fucking on everything, and it's crossplay on everything. So
I love how just like low key wholesome that is of a transition from your
that was cute.
I like it. It's a good one.
I needed it, dude.
Dog.
Yeah, I have a pet dog, and he's a husky, so he looks like my dog.
Aw.
Yeah,
I love it so much, dude. Well, I guess the first one that I want to talk about just very briefly. I'll do my shorter one first. I have HiDro to let you know. I've been finally the past 2 months I've been making my way through the Netflix Marvel content because I slept on them heavily way back in the day. I'm currently on the final season of Jessica Jones, which is the final rollout of that content, and I am getting there. I think I have 4 episodes left on this, and my heart's breaking a little bit knowing that I'm not going to have any more after this until they decide to introduce Daredevil in the MCU, but we will see. I know. I hope. Not beautiful man. So I'm getting there. The last thing I watched was Punisher season 2, which was the most heartbreaking piece of content ever. I loved it. I loved every single bit of it. Go watch that, please. Watch the Punisher. It's so good. John Bernthal is daddy. Motion daddy. But secondly, I had last night joined Wreck-It Raven for their birthday stream last night, and I love Raven so damn much. They were having the time of their life playing this damn game. Was stoked to get a bunch of people to get into it. I want to talk about Dread Hunger, and Dread Hunger is sort of a kind of cool combination take of like Among Us and kind of like Dead by Daylight, so like mixed together into like a nautical sort of like themed thing, and it was rad, and it looks beautiful, like surprisingly looks really 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 good. It was a lot of fun to play with a lot of people. I can see lots of opportunity for this game to be role played and have it be some of the best content ever. What I will give preface to is that this game is really hard to figure out at first. The tutorial kind of sucks. So it was like 6 of us jumping into this for the very first time, and we were like, "What the fuck do we do?" And Raven's like, "I don't know, clue. I kind of just only really like lightly played this before." Like, okay, so we got coal. We gotta do this. So, anyways, to give people premise here, the idea is that you are on a ship with a bunch of other people, and you are trying to travel from point A to point B. You get to kind of halfway to point B, and your ship gets stuck in the ice of what I'm assuming is like the Antarctic. And this is supposed to be like 1870 some shit or something like that. I don't know. I'm not good with world history, but your ship crashes. You and your crew have to jump off the ship onto the ice and find a bunch of little like huts and tents and stuff that have like leftover resources from the people that were living in these little like huts and cabins and stuff. And you have to take the resources and find coal so you can get your ship to start moving again, get unstuck from the ice, and you continue on. But 1 to 2 of you in this party are actually like creepy monster things called thralls that are hiding within human skin. And so if you get the thrall thing, which is the Among Us part here, if you get the thrall or the imposter, you are actively trying to kill and everybody else that's from the ship, or keep them from being able to get coal and move progress on it. The part that's really cool about that is that you have to find what's called bone daggers. So there's corpses lying all around the map, and you have to find the corpses and extract their bones from the corpses and turn them into a dagger, and this dagger will allow you to cast spells as a thrall. And so there's 3 spells that you can cast: one where you can turn invisible and move really fast, one where you can summon a cannibal to come out and attack a specific person that's on the crew and kill them, or you can summon a like blinding blizzard out of nowhere for like a good 5 minutes, and everyone's blind. You have to go hunt people down. It was so much fun. It sounds sick. I'm honestly really surprised it looked as good as it did. Like I was telling Devin this off camera, it is got very Dishonored graphics, which is cool. Okay. It's really cool for this very, very indie game. Highly suggest people give it a shot. It was $25 on Steam. I'd say if you do a bunch of multiplayer gaming, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I know I'm going to try to get Devin on this damn game. We're going to do some gameplay streams here on Good Kraken for it. It's going to be a damn good time.
It looks really sick. I'm going to check this out. It looks really cool.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We are excited. Whenever you're ready to do it, hit up me, hit up Raven. Like we will walk you through it, because it is complex as shit. They don't talk about how important the resourcing is in it, and so the big thing is also has some survival aspects to it too. Where the second you leave the ship, there's like a cold meter, because you're in the Antarctic, and you're just a dude. You're just a person like on a ship, and so you have like a cold meter. So you only have so long that you can be out in the cold air, just being cold.
This looks way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I'm telling you
too. It looks really sick.
Yeah,
I want to check it out.
It's surprisingly good. So we will definitely be giving that a shot. You guys can catch us doing a GK stream here sometime with this damn game, especially going into October. This game's gonna be good for Halloween time. Let's go.
There's polar bears too.
There's wolves lying around everywhere, like weird, like there's bunnies. There's bunnies running around.
There's bow and arrows now.
It's good. It's good stuff. Definitely check out that game, guys. I highly recommend. In the meantime, HiDro, Let's talk about you, baby. Let's talk about you. We have you here.
Time, dude.
I know. Fucking right. It took us long. We were like, I've been here for a fucking hour, bro. Like, let's talk about you. So we have you here. Hispanic Heritage Month has started. And we're here to fucking celebrate. All right. We're here to fucking celebrate. We all live in the BIPOC life. We fucking love it here. We love having family. We love making new friends. We want to talk about this with you. Okay. And so we have a series of questions here. We just want to have some discussion a little bit about who you are, what's gotten you started, where you plan on going, what have you. We want to kind of dig into the dirties here. So our first question, really, I want to knock things out here real fast is what was your reason for starting to stream? Because everyone kind of has their reason that they dive into it. But what was your big push that got you into doing what you do?
Mine's like kind of like a mix of things, I guess. COVID, one of them.
Of course.
Right?
Of
COVID
course,
happened, lost my job, didn't have anything to do really. I was playing video games anyways. I'm like, I'm just gonna start streaming for the hell of it and see like where it goes. But also, like, I have one of my brothers. He's a big streamer on Twitch.
Oh,
he's been doing it for like 6 years, and he's all because like we've always as a kids we've always talked about playing games and doing stuff as like a career and how cool that would be. We always thought that was like super unattainable, and then he started doing it like 5-6 years ago, and just blew the fuck up and kind of just showed me that like you could literally come from nothing and be a nobody, quote unquote. You know what I mean? And you can actually do it if you put in the time, effort, and all that shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna dive into it and start doing my own thing and see what happens. And like, here I am, like a year and like 6 months later, partner on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty sick. It's so, and like, I've never done anything in my life that I enjoy more. Like, I fucking like, I say this to people all the time. Like, I wake up and go to sleep thinking about it. I dream about it. It's like nonstop. It's tiring, but like, I just like do it. Like, I have a smile on my face. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited to make content and do stuff.
I feel
I found that like calling, quote unquote. I feel.
I feel it. Me and Devin talk about this. I mentioned earlier, but both me and Devin are musicians. We both are in bands, and we've talked before about how we started doing this in March, and this has been one of the most fulfilling things for us that we've ever done since initially starting to do music and getting the experience of performing on a stage and stuff. And this, like, I can't talk too much for Devin myself, but for me, I haven't felt as in tune with what I do here for Good Kraken, what we do as Good Kraken, and meeting people like you, meeting new friends, new family, and having people on that talk about the nerdy dumb shit that we love, but also talk about stuff that's actually really important. I'm in the same boat as you. Like, this is so amazing. It feels amazing to be able to do this, especially you guys in the chat, getting to meet you guys too. It's always a damn good time.
I can relate with that too, because it's like I occasionally went on Twitch. I didn't watch a lot of Twitch or really know who a lot of streamers were. And then like I saw Ernell started doing this. So I just kind of messaged him one day. I was like, hey, I want to do this too. I've always kind of thought about it, and I've had a couple friends told me I should do it, and then just like the community that there is, granted there are not good ones, but like
obviously,
meeting you, your community, Raven, Xander, so many people, Blizz, it's been some of the most fun I've had, and been some of the most genuine connections I've made with people, especially like in like the last couple years, it's awesome.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I was shocked too, because like when I watched Twitch back in the day, I would just watch like big time people because I'm a game I like to watch. I'll just watch them play.
Yeah,
I never understood the whole like aspect of the community or meeting people on Twitch. I never like knew that was like that was a side of that on Twitch until I started streaming, and I was like, holy shit! I'm so like emotional. I'm blown away by the kindness and love I get from strangers on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They watch me play games. They talk to me in my chat. We don't really know each other, but like unconditional, like, care and like enjoyment from each other. It's really cool. I really like it.
Yeah. Like, like with that being said, there's like a lot of other aspects of this that, we have to deal with, and things that we see in the industry as a whole, because whether you're a content creator, developer, whatever, it's all kind of baked in. Like, what are some steps that you think that the games industry should take to like represent, Latin Hispanic creators in a real way? Like
in terms of like the game industry, just hire us.
Right.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Pay us for our, our time and our efforts. Even if it's like, not to be part of a game, but even if it's like to sponsor or like ask me, people emails all the time being like, oh, can you like play this game on your stream? But there's like no compensation. There's nothing. You know what I mean? Like respect our opinions, respect our efforts, like you do like everybody else. That's what I would like to see. Include us in your space, add us in your games. I believe you said it earlier. Like there was like in what's it called? In Deathloop.
Yes.
There's just 2 black characters who are just there as characters, but they happen to be black. And that would be cool just to see with like Hispanic people as well. You know what I mean? Just like everyone in every race, color, whatever. We're people too, and like we need representation, and like that's just like all I think that people should be doing.
Well,
like people.
Well, and you also have like the extra layer of being part of the LGBTQI2+ community. So it's like, and the same conversation goes for that too, and we actually talk about this stuff as marginalized peoples that like, just hire us, get us involved in your stuff, get us involved. You actually want to represent us, help you, help us represent, you know what I mean? Like what a better way to do it.
And especially when it comes to like stuff that like involves people in like our own communities. So many times I log on Twitter and someone's doing something and like they exclude everyone that's supposed to be part of that. If that makes sense. Right. Like I see, like there was like a makeup company who was doing stuff for makeup and they're trying to celebrate like POCs and they got a bunch of content creators to like help them promote. Not a single POC on that list. And
oh my god! I think I remember
wild,
this.
Right? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think this was for like the Ulta thing. I think it was like an Ulta event or something.
The one
like
I'm talking about is, if we could talk about it, was Elf. That's what.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And they were doing some like streamed things, and I remember seeing it and being like, "Why is there only one black woman here? Why is there only one black woman? The rest of them were white women. Like what? Like they were making like such a big deal about it being an event. I was like, ooh, you guys are flopping.
And also stop with like the bullshit excuse of like, oh, it was our first time doing this. We're still learning. Bitch, it's 2021.
Right? Yeah. Like Google it.
I don't think you need to like, oh, I hate when they're just like, oh, it's our first one though. We'll get it right the second time. It's like, stop making us an afterthought, dude. We're not an afterthought.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And you're exactly right. Like I said, just Google it. It's not that fucking hard. It's not that goddamn hard to get it figured out, but they don't ever want to talk about that. You know what I mean?
I mean, come on. Like, there's people who watch the news, whether you actually watch the news or you just go on Facebook or Twitter and you see everything. There's no way that you don't know what the climate is.
Yeah,
or at all.
There's no way, especially if you're like on a Twitter space or like the internet like universe or whatever. Like for that example with Elf or whatever.
Oh god,
when they asking for people to like participate, the amount of black content creators who used their makeup and wanted to be part of it, who responded to wanting to do it and just were not picked. That's like almost like you're doing this intentionally, and like I think that's fucked up. You know
Spill that tea, you know what I'm saying? Even Mike in the chat, it's a standard rule of thumb. If you have a diversity event, it needs to be diverse. Who would have fucking thought? Who would have fucking thought? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and it's like that point I was gonna bring up a second ago here was like a part to make this better is to actually talk to us about it.
Oh,
you know, like you don't know, you didn't know, you can work it around the second time. Is that because between point A and point B, you're gonna actually talk to BIPOC people and ask us what the fuck we need you to do to make this a diverse event? Not that you should be asking, you should just fucking know to just help us represent you in a real way, but what have you. Now, granted, with that said too, though, like there's obviously like a lot of people that want to do what we do, that want to do what you do, that want to be a part of content creation and on like such a bigger scale than just, you know, Twitch streaming and what have you. They want to do it in a very, very big way. Do you have any specific advice for those that are in the Latin Hispanic community, the LGBTQI2+ community that are wanting to get their foot in the door, that are wanting to get into this space? What is some advice that you have for them?
Oh, I'm gonna go with advice that I wish I knew when I started.
Oh yeah,
because I had no idea. I went in just on my own. Join communities, find a community, be part of the communities. And I'm not saying just to network or just to like whatever gain something from them. Be part of those communities. Because first of all, meeting those people is going to be the easiest way for you to find people like you, think the same way that you do. And then you can grow from that because you can find examples or see what they're doing and like just have other people that will support you because you're a part of that community. Because when I started, I didn't know anybody. I would just like try and do my own thing, and it wasn't until I started to like actually meet other people that like it started to work out better for me. And just like, you know, don't be afraid to voice your opinions. Be who you are. People like when you're authentic and genuine. People really respond to that.
Yeah, because we can smell when you're being a fake bitch. You know,
You can smell it. You know what I mean?
Smell that shit from a mile
Like
away.
I'm a loud bitch. I'm a loud bitch, and people used to tell me to keep down. And like me being loud has gotten me where I am right now. So
yeah, 100%.
So
100%.
be authentic. Meet people. Be authentic with other people, and you know, just use like respect with everybody you meet, because you never know, one, who's watching what you're doing, and two, who's going to come in at some point to see what you're doing, because you'd be surprised.
Do you feel like there's any sort of like bridge on being a content creator and specifically being Latinx, Hispanic, what have you, and how that sort of puts you guys in a position to have to handle things a little bit differently? Because I know you have another interesting layer to it. So you're Latin, right? And so like that has a lot of connotations there. Or even like being Polynesian myself, being Polynesian and Asian, I have a lot of different layers that come with mine too. And then obviously we can talk about the Black community and how they have to handle things a little bit differently too. Is there any like anything specific you want to give to the Latin Hispanic kids that want to get into this?
Can you rephrase the question, because I didn't fully understand?
Yeah, so I'm curious as to, do you have any advice specifically for BIPOC, BIPOC communities, members of the BIPOC community that want to get into this, that you wouldn't just give to anybody? Do you have anything?
Anybody?
Yeah. Anything that's specific to the Latin Hispanic community for getting into this stuff?
Well, for me, what worked for me, I guess, is when you start doing this, just create a space that is inclusive to our people, or minorities in general, as possible. Because I find there's not a lot of that on Twitch to begin with, or just like content creation in general. But allowing yourself to have a space where people can go and be themselves and express themselves and feel welcomed and, you know, valid is something huge that everyone should be doing in their platforms, but especially minorities. We need to like make sure that us other minorities, or other fellow, you know, brothers, sisters, and everything in between feel loved and accepted in their own space.
Hell yeah. I love that. Because it's absolutely like going to be one of the first things, right? Like you build the community within your community, outside your community, within your community, right? Like that's great. I love that. That's awesome. Devin, do you have another question that kind of like leaning in from that, or?
No, I think you covered it really well. Really well. I mean, community is such a big part, right? We were just talking about it earlier. Just being a part of a community and meeting everybody and just having those common grounds with people, it uplifts you, and it just makes you want to continue to do this.
Yep.
You know.
Did you like where did you start with like your communities when you came into this? Like what were some of the streamers that you dove into right off the bat?
Who, me?
Yeah.
So when I started, I was like, I didn't really do a lot of that when I first started.
Okay,
because I didn't really understand the whole concept. It wasn't until I started moving over to like Dead by Daylight and started to like see, because Dead by Daylight, first of all, great queer game to play, and the queer community in that game is fucking outstanding. So
I've seen. I love it.
But many people like Mermaid Royal, Bliss Bear.
Yes.
Love
It
them.
was amazing. Milady Confetti, the Sisters of the Fog, all those people.
Yep.
Lady Love, Fitness to Cosplay, like Lily Pie, like all amazing people. And I'm so glad that I met them, because they're such an inspiration for my own content and how they approach things and stuff. But yeah, it's like once I started dwelling into that, and also getting to Twitter, I guess, because they're all on Twitter, I felt more comfortable and more like I realized that there's actually like a space for us, you know what I mean? But like Bliss Bear, Mermaid Royal for me were like a big pioneers for how I like discovered my identity, I guess, on Twitch or on Twitter. They're awesome.
That's actually funny you say that, because if I remember correctly, Mermaid Royal, we had them on some weeks back, and they said essentially the same thing. Like you got to build your community. Come hang out, and it's exactly that, right? It's exactly that, and I love that, dude. That's the community with Dead by Daylight specifically. I go on all the time just to like see who's streaming it. And it's always so thick. It's like that's the best way that I can try to describe it. Like you go into the chat and everyone's active and everyone's having a good time and everyone's enjoying the show and everyone's just wanting to watch people die. Like it's great. Like I love it. I love it. Devin, go ahead and take another question, my dude. Take another question.
Absolutely. So I mean, Ernell and I talk about this kind of stuff daily, like every day. We call each other while we do our day jobs and just what's our next move, you know. What are your big picture plans like moving forward? Do you like have any big events? Like, is there?
I'm gonna be
any
famous,
goals?
baby. Let's go,
baby. Let's go. Get that bag.
I want to have my content be seen and be watched by like a lot of people for sure. In terms of like the size of my content, I don't really care as long as like I can live comfortably. That's like a big goal of mine. Just like doing my content, that's huge. But in terms of big plans, I'm me and like a couple of my other like Latinx friends. We're starting like a big DVD tournament. Our one is coming up this weekend actually, or next weekend. But we're planning on taking that. We have a site now. We're like trying to expand with like sponsorships and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know where exactly I want to go, but I know I want to go somewhere. And every day or something, a new idea or new thought pops into my head and I just like jot it down. I'm like, try to get that done. And then like, for example, with my tournaments, for example, I did my first one and everyone's like a charity tournament, by the way. My first one, we raised like maybe like $200 in December. And then my most recent one that we did in July, we did $14,000. So like, in my head, I want this to become a thing. I want it to become more and bigger, better, more entertaining, support more charities and stuff. So that's like my big goal. I want to use my platform for like something awesome, for something good, not just for myself, but also just you know what I mean? If I have a platform and a voice, I want to make sure that I'm uplifting the people that don't have it and make sure I help the people that can't help themselves. You know what I mean?
Bless up to that. That's why we do what we do. You know, like I remember like talking to some of our first guests that we've ever had on Wreck-It Raven, Island Style, Kai over there. They were some of the first guests that we ever had. And I remember talking to them and being like, hey, like this is what we want to do with this because it's important that we're doing more than just trying to be a bunch of assholes that talk about nerdy stuff, right? And so it's like, you know, as
part of it too, though.
I know it is a part of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna talk about my cake. All right, like you don't want to talk about my cake, get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all double cheeked up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk about it. I gotta get it out somewhere. Otherwise, I'm just gonna tell it to my family, and they're gonna be fucking tired of it in no time. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't do all that. We wanted to do something more that was just than just us. We want to take something that we wanted to do, make it even better. So we just got a follow from a Homotron, and that is one of my favorite names I've ever seen in my fucking life.
That's about the message that
that's amazing. I love it.
Thanks for the follow, Homotron. I love it. I love your name.
I love it so much. Oh my god. That's I think that's a beautiful way to handle it because you're kind of like in a boat where you're like, I'll just take it when it comes. You know, I'll take it as it goes. Just as long as you're making good content, having fun, enjoying yourself. That's tight. I love that for you. Do you have any big like things after the next weekend thing that you're able to announce at all, or like anything that you want to plug while we're here, or as far as
not yet
events? Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. Sure. This is a big one though. So if anyone's watching, listening, and they want to, check out, hang out, that'd be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So the last main question I have here for you is one that we ask every single one of our guests that come in their own sort of, format. But what is one thing about being Afro-Latin as a creator, or not as a creator, maybe just generally like a cultural thing too, or even LGBTQIA2+, that you think is easily overlooked, far too easily overlooked? What is something that you need to put on the spotlight for them?
It's easily overlooked. I guess, I don't know. People think that like, I guess POCs or Afro-Latinos, just Latino people in general, or gay people, LGBT people, that we can't do great things and that we can't like succeed.
Fuck, right?
Like, y'all, we are some of the fucking hardest working people you'll ever fucking meet. And when we want to get shit done, we get shit fucking done. And we will like fight to the nail. We will do sleepless nights. We won't even complain about it. Like, we will get shit done. And like, I for some, I don't know, a lot of like interactions I have with like, primarily like white people think that we can't accomplish these things without the help of them, or you know what I mean? But we do things ourselves, and we're fucking incredible at doing it. So
I can say from personal experience, I work in the construction field for my day job. So obviously I work with a lot of Latin Hispanic people. They are some of the hardest working, fastest problem solving people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. So I can back that 100%.
Period.
So
yep, I love it. I love it, dude. Yeah, no, then I think that is very much something that needs to be, put into some sort of platform there to look at. Because you're right, though. Like, a lot of people are just kind of like, oh, they exist, and I don't think anything more of it. And I'm just like, can we talk about how you're being weirdly low key racist? I don't fucking like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers, watch out though, because like we're taking over, like especially the Twitch space.
I'm so right,
y'all
dude.
sleeping on us, but like.
That's
taking over.
That's the thing that's been like massively surprising about the like hate raid shit that's been going on. Where I'm just like, do you fucking big dummies not realize that like Twitch as a platform is getting taken over by BIPOC people every day? Like y'all are gonna see us on here for a while. We ain't leaving. We're not going anywhere. The LGBTQ community on there, massive. The gay community is outstanding on Twitch, and none of us are going anywhere. None of us are fucking going anywhere. So if you don't want it, you might want to just try to make Mixer come back or something. I don't fucking know. They won't.
Hey, don't bring Mixer to this.
I know. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Yeah, tell them to go to Facebook Gaming.
I know. I take it back.
Yeah, they can go to Facebook Gaming.
But this all reminds me of like when that one streamer, Asmodon, whatever his name is. Comment about the day off Twitch thing, saying that we're a bunch of nobodies, no one's gonna notice. You know how many news outlets, how many like things that like this movement has reached by a bunch of nobodies too, bitch. Like we did the damn thing, so watch out.
And who would have thought that bullet would come back and bite them in the ass too? Because all of our relationships as BIPOC creators has only gotten stronger because of these hate raids. And I'm like, bet. Do it some more. Yeah. See if we don't like hate rage you back. Like, racist.
Yeah,
racist. You racist. You stupid and racist, bro.
Yeah, I love like he said that, and then immediately Raven was like on like
I loved
streams with people like had like over 1 million subscribers, and there was like Kotaku,
fucking Forbes, like Record Raven. I would just say this real quick. What a fucking pioneer, and what a fucking outstanding human being. I'm so sad that the way that I met her was like through what's going on, but I'm so glad that I met her because she's an outstanding person. And she's gonna do even bigger and greater things. You know what I mean?
Absolutely
incredible.
Like
incredible.
I love them. They've become one of my best friends through this, and it has like really helped me with streaming too. Like and welcomed me into their community. So it's just an all around great. Everybody should go follow Wreck-It Raven as well. If you don't get like absolutely. Just a very genuine human and deserves all the love. But yeah, their reply to Asmongold, like after all that happened, was like, "Bitch, I'm famous now."
It's facts. It's facts. You're like Raven made the come ups, and I was like, "Let's go, bitch! I'm here for it, dude. I'm so here for it, dude." Oh my god, HiDro. Give us the plug, my friend. Where can people find you?
It's the plug, eh? You can find me at twitch.tv/HiDro. I stream Monday to Friday from 2 p.m. until like 7 or 8, depending on my mood. Also, HiDro Official, and that's Hi with H-I, by the way. HiDro Official on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and all that stuff. Yeah, come hang out. Come check it out. I make some funny shit.
Hey, I love it. And the event next weekend I got going on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Be there or get anti-hate rated. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
We'll call
we
the
just start doing it. Fuck it.
Instead of
we'll make our own Discord. It'll be called anti-hate raid, and we'll just go to all the channels to hate raid.
Instead of swatting people, I'll order them flowers. Because I feel like racist people don't like flowers. They don't like happiness. You know what I mean?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be funny to just kill them with kindness, and when they get the flowers, it just has a little note. It just says, "Bitch, you pretty." confused they would be.
I love it. Well, you know what else is
God
pretty
damn.
is our schedule for next week. Next Tuesday, we have a regular episode of the Good Kraken podcast. Please come in, hang out with us. We're going to be talking lots more nerdy stuff that day. It's going to be a usual thing with our Good Kraken family here. We'll have me, we'll have Devin. I think we'll have Garrick on here, our token white guy. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. Wednesday, I'm doing another Life is Strange True Colors stream on that night. I'm going to be going through my next couple of hours in the game. I fell in love with this game for the first couple of hours. I will be back doing this again. You may or may not see me cry on stream because I'm a sad boy when it comes to this game. Hits some feelies. Next Friday, Devin here will be doing a Destiny 2 stream. For us, it's gonna be a damn good time. We love Destiny. It's been making some come ups in our lives. And then next Saturday, come in for another Latin Hispanic Heritage Month celebration podcast. It's Good Kraken. Right here, we have Joseph Moran from the Trophy Room, the PlayStation Trophy Room podcast. He'll be coming in here, hanging out with us, talking a little bit about them starting a podcast and what that meant for them being part of the Latin Hispanic community as well. And yeah, come in, hang out for that. That's gonna be a damn good episode. I'm excited for that. HiDro, it's been so fucking fun having you on here. I'm gonna buy one of those damn shirts. You need to link me that shirt.
You gotta. I'll send it to you right away. And no, y'all are so sick. Thank you for inviting me. You're so cool.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry you
had
to hold your chalice mic the entire time.
You know what? I felt kind of badass doing the whole stream. So
I love not a single person mentioned it. Not a single person in chat mentioned it. There's so
much confidence, dude. There's so much confidence.
It just felt right. It felt right. Homotron in the chat says Dro getting his workout. I love it.
That thing looks like it weighs 15 pounds.
Dude, it's heavy. It's like 10 pounds. It's heavy.
I'm burning 800 calories sitting here. Let's go. But
y'all, like a broadcasting announcer now.
I know. That's what I gotta start doing. I gotta start holding shit while I'm doing podcasting. Because I'm like,
yeah, dude.
That's why I do this. You know?
Oh, that's why.
I feel more like a podcaster doing this.
No.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, I just have ADD and I have to move.
Oh yeah, you just strutting. You just strutting. You know.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I should.
No, we ain't just strutting.
Not that. I gotta go.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go out into our
after podcast.
You guys can leave because this has been the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the dabbing and nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and usually Saturdays at 12 p.m. right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you enjoy the show, you can support us by subscribing below, going to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the About section right down there of our Twitch channel, and clicking that bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken and leaving a review there. But until next time, my friends, be good to each other.